Coming up a bit later on the Spotlight, Ben Uncle could have stayed in the shallow end of life after being diagnosed with autism. Instead, he's diving in head first.
When kids are whining about practice or something, he kind of gets on some of the kids that are around his age and says, well, I don't know what you're even talking about. Says, you're lucky to be here.
Welcome back to the Spotlight. I'm Neil Beasley. It's time now to hit the water. For that, we have to go up to South Lake Carroll High School and check in on swimmer Ben Uncle. Now, his times might not be great, but for a guy with autism, just being out there is good times.
Be conscientious, keep working, make sure that you're getting good work done in the weight room.
It's never easy being the new kid, but for Ben Uncle, being the new kid in Texas was far better than being the old kid in New Jersey.
It was like moving from a state that was a lot tougher to a state that was a lot nicer and more caring to you.
But being the new kid wasn't the only thing Ben had to worry about when he arrived at South Lake Carroll before his freshman year. He also has autism, which is a brain development disorder characterized by impairments in social interaction and communication.
It just makes me think a little bit differently than most people, and I'm not as strong as everyone else.
So Ben and his family decided the South Lake swim team might provide the perfect mix of physical activity and teenage normalcy.
Before I was really weak and I couldn't do much, but then when I started swimming, it works everything out, so you become stronger, more confident, and you're able to do more things.
When he came, I told all my seniors, our captains, to make sure that he was well taken care of in the locker room. Well, I never really imagined how well taken care of he would be. They took care of him, and a lot of neat things have happened. It's been real good for our whole team.
Being a member of the swim team has not only improved Ben's physical condition, it's also done wonders for his state of mind.
I used to not be very confident, but
I've heard that in the locker room when kids are whining about practice or something, he kind of gets on some of the kids that are around his age and says, well, I don't know what you're even talking about. Says, you're lucky to be here, etc., etc. So, a really good kid.
You know, his autism, it's not really that big of a deal. He's pretty much just like a normal person. I mean, he's not really very much different than anyone else in any sort of way. And he's got a better heart than just about any person I've ever met in my life. And he tries harder and he works harder, and he's just a really good kid.
Along with your freestyle, on your breaststroke, make sure it's wide, has a nice glide. Okay?
And this team's commitment to Ben goes well beyond the water. Last spring, more than 50 of his teammates showed up in Arlington for an autism fundraiser, and all were wearing Team Ben t-shirts.
What ended up happening is we all got together as a team, and some of the team captains made shirts, and just about literally every single person on the team went down to Arlington, and we had a really good time, and it was a kind of a bonding experience.
it was really amazing to see how much they really cared for me and how willing they were to do this with me.
Teaches me and all of our kids that we need to be real cognizant of people being at different levels, and that everybody needs to have an opportunity.
And that's exactly what Ben Uncle found in the South Lake Carroll swim team.